Hey guys, let's get more news about Warriors, but first, don't forget to subscribe and leave your like. Warriors star Draymond Green caught in heated exchange with reporter during media day. Golden State Warriors mercurial star Draymond Green was in defensive mode during the team's media day when pressed over his availability this season, following his lengthy suspensions that torpedoed the team's playoff bid last season. San Francisco Chronicle's columnist Scott Osler caught Green's ire when Osler said people, referring to the Warriors fans, worry about the forward's availability this season. Green stopped Osler before he could even finish the question. Why are they worried about me? I'm a successful black man in America doing incredibly well, Green retorted in the video clip shared by 95.7 The Game. What's to worry about me? There are way more people in this world to worry about than me. That's for sure. Osler was trying to seek Green's thoughts about what he learned from last season's debacle. Green was suspended twice last season for his chokehold of the Minnesota Timberwolves' Rudy Gobert and striking Phoenix Suns' Jusuf Nurkic in the face. However, Green skirted the question. If you would have told me when I was 13 years old in Saginaw, Michigan without a pot to piss in that you'd be sitting here and somebody would say they're worried about you, I would have probably told them they were out of their mind if I'd be sitting here and they'd be worried about me, Green added. Despite Osler's repeated attempts, the Warriors star forward doesn't want any of it. Green adamantly said he was always available to his teammates. It's all about how you spin it, Green said. I love how you're trying to spin it, but it ain't my spin to it, player. While Green cost the Warriors playoff chances last season, Steve Kerr still considers the punching incident with Jordan Poole in 2022 was the angriest moment the head coach had with his volatile star forward. Well, there's a lot of examples, Kerr said on the Dan Le Batard show on September 17. I think that for sure, the Jordan Poole incident was the angriest I've been with Green. The incident put a dent on the Warriors' chemistry during the 2022-23 season. They managed to reach the second round of the playoffs, but were eliminated by the Los Angeles Lakers. Draymond and I are a lot alike in many ways, Kerr said. People probably wouldn't see that from the outside, but we're both kind of maniacal competitors and we've lost our minds with each other during games over whatever disagreements about strategy, but he crossed the line with Jordan, and he knows it. He knew it immediately, and it made that season incredibly difficult for everybody. And that story has been regurgitated many times, but that's probably the time I was most angry. After failing to get into the playoffs last season, in part because of Green's lengthy absences, the Warriors have revamped their team this offseason. Longtime franchise pillar Klay Thompson left the Warriors for the Dallas Mavericks. So is aging veteran Chris Paul, whom they waived to get under the luxury tax. The Warriors reshaped Stephen Curry's supporting cast with 3 veterans. They acquired Kyle Anderson and Buddy Hield in the Thompson sign-and-trade deal that was expanded to 6 teams. They also signed DeAnthony Melton to a 1-year deal using their $12.8 million full mid-level exception. But none of them projects to replace Thompson as the team's number 2 scorer next to Curry. Their margin of error shrunk again, making Green's availability crucial to the Warriors' bid to return the playoffs. Steph Curry explains why he took dagger shot against France when LeBron and Durant were open. Stephen Curry hit one of the greatest shots of his storied basketball career in the gold medal game for Team USA against France at the Olympics. What made that contested dagger shot all the more special was that Curry took it despite LeBron James and Kevin Durant being wide open. On media day for the Golden State Warriors, the 2-time MVP was asked what was going through his head as he took that shot. I got trapped, threw it back to K. Bron was open on the swing but K threw it back to me, so when he did that, that's when your muscle memory takes over, Curry said. I'm already in motion and do my move or whatever, I see the 2 guys, but I'm already in rhythm. As long as I get it off, I feel like I'm gonna make it. But I see both of them as soon as I'm shooting, their hands up and they both went like this, looking right and left, Curry continued. They didn't expect me to shoot it. I'm sure they were ready for a pass back to the weak side. James and Durant certainly expected the ball to come their way. Nicolas Batum and Evan Fournier were all over Curry on that play, and for most players in that situation, the right play would have been to pass the ball, especially when two all-time greats are wide open. When you're the greatest shooter ever, though, you take that shot regardless and make it. Curry added it was quite special for him to see LeBron do his night-night celebration after he made the shot. The 10-time All-Star felt that, and the rest of the team's reactions showed just how special that group was. Curry would end that gold medal game with 24 points, 1 rebound, 5 assists, and 2 steals as Team USA won 98-87. The 36-year-old went 8-12 from beyond the arc, with 4 of those makes coming in the final 3 minutes. Curry had struggled in the earlier rounds of the Olympics, but as he has done throughout his career, he came up big when his team needed him the most and got them over the line. Curry has hit many ridiculous shots in his career, but even by his own high standards, that one against France was quite special. When asked to rank it, Curry said the Golden Dagger is a top 2 shot in his career. It's so memorable because of the build-up to that moment. My first Olympic experience, 4 threes in a row to close out the gold medal game, and the last one, which was kind of a ridiculous shot even by my standards. All that to say, it's like top 2 for sure. I think the OKC game, which wasn't a championship game, but the Mike Breen double bang, just a loud shout for our rise as a team. But I'd say the Golden Dagger is up there, top 2. I would say those 2 shots are the best of Curry's basketball career too. While that deep 3 against the Oklahoma City Thunder was in the regular season, it was still ever so special. I didn't think he was ever going to hit a shot that was comparable to that one, but he did it on the biggest stage of them all. Warriors GM Mike Dunleavy Jr. discusses negotiations with Kuminga, Moody. The Golden State Warriors have remained hopeful that Jonathan Kuminga and Moses Moody would one day live up to their lottery pick selections back in 2021. As they both head into the final seasons of their rookie contracts, the Dubs are running out of time to sign either player to a contract extension before the rookie extension deadline on October 23. During a press conference earlier this week, Golden State's general manager Mike Dunleavy Jr. was asked about the contract status of the 2 young wings. "We're working through that with them and their representation right now," Dunleavy responded. "We've got a few more weeks." Good, positive conversations, without getting into too much detail. "I think regardless of whether we get something done or not, we want those guys here. Just because you don't get an extension done doesn't mean they won't be here for a long time. It would be somewhat surprising to see the Warriors lock up either Kuminga or Moody to long-term extensions this fall, albeit for different reasons. Both have had frustrations with their playing time in head coach Steve Kerr's rotation at times. Kuminga received a larger role toward the end of last season, and was the Dubs' most consistent second option next to Steph Curry. However, the former 7th overall pick would likely be hesitant to accept an extension short of a max offer at this point in time. The Warriors seem unlikely to do that. Moody, on the other hand, has been somewhat buried on Golden State's depth chart heading into the season. A wing who is best suited for the 2 or 3, Moody will have to beat out proven veterans like DeAnthony Melton, Buddy Hield, and Andrew Wiggins for consistent minutes. Given Kerr's historic preference for veterans, it seems like Moody will once again be struggling to get minutes barring a trade. And you fan? What do you think of the situation of Jonathan Kuminga? Leave your opinion in the comments.